Hi everyone, this is designed to help you see the main points of the syllabus. I do not go over the entire syllabus, that's up to you to read in detail, but I just want to point out some key points. One is that I'm happy to meet with you by appointment, preferably not on campus. I'll be available every Thursday from 7 to 8 a.m. That's especially important in case you have questions about a weekend assignment. I'm also willing to meet with you other times by appointment. If you want to meet at another time, when you email me, give me some suggestions and I'll choose one that works for me. If you call my office, it converts over to an email and I get it as an email. And if you have an urgent issue you need to address with me, then you'd use this for texting only and only for urgent issues. An example of an urgent issue is that you've been rushed to the hospital or somebody in your family is in intensive care and you're not going to be able to turn an assignment in on time. So those are examples of texting. The other thing is I pick up my emails typically once a day in the morning. During classes, I usually pick them up more than once, but I promise you I'll pick them at least once every day before 9 a.m. So if something happens at noon and you need assistance before 9 a.m. the next day, then you could use this number also to text me. This is our required textbook. This is online. You can purchase it online as an e-copy. You can purchase it as a paper copy. And excitingly, this is also available as an e-book in the Cook Library where you would have unlimited access. So if you like the book and you want to buy it, it's a great book to have on hand. But if you don't, you will have it as an ebook as long as you are a Towson student. Once you're no longer a Towson student, you would no longer have access to that book. If you use an earlier edition than 5th edition, it is your responsibility to figure out which chapters we're reading because the chapters have changed. The order of the chapters has changed. Course goals, I recommend you getting yourself organized. Course objectives, make sure you understand policies for an online course. If your work is not turned in, you're considered absent. That's how I take attendance. Any online assignment that's late, I would like to know in advance, if possible, that it's going to be late. If you have an excused reason and the reasons are listed, then it's not counted as a late assignment. If you don't have an excused reason and you turn it in late, then it counts as a 0 for some of the items. For some of the items, there's a deduction of points. So this is important to understand, and I want to make this very clear. If you ask me in advance if you can turn something in late, at least 24 hours in advance, I don't really care what the reason is. I almost always say yes. I say no if you're abusing that privilege. I say no if it's the end of the semester, typically. But if, for example, if you went out partying and you forgot you had an assignment and now it's going to be late, all you have to do is say, I forgot about the assignment. Could I have a one-day extension? And I'm going to say yes. If you ask after the fact, then the answer is, I'm sorry, but that is late. So the due dates are listed later in the syllabus. Lateness on your assignments, it talks about lateness on assignments. It's 20% deductible for some assignments. Some assignments are just a 0, and we'll look at those. This says 9 p.m. That's just an example. Most of your assignments are due 11:59. I don't accept extra credit assignments late, and there are several extra credit assignments built into the course. I don't give extra credit. It's there. If you want to do it, great. And if not, that's okay too. So the online assignments are 10 points. They are not accepted late because this is a very rapidly moving course. And if you turn in an assignment a day or two late, we've already moved on to different topics. It doesn't make sense. However, your online assignments, I dropped the 2 lowest ones. So if you miss something, it just counts as a 0 and it's one of your 2 lowest scores. This talks about times that there might be issues and how to address those. I would like everything submitted this way. The name of the course, the course number, the name of the assignment, year, 2-digit date, 2-digit month. This is set up like this because I'm trying to help you learn how to save files so that they appear logically in some type of chronological order. It helps you in the long run. You do lose points if you don't do that. Fonts are there. Scoring rubrics are available. Anything you submit must be a Microsoft product or compatible with it. If you don't submit it in the right way, in the right format, then it's a 0. Again, this course is moving way too fast. Towson University gives you Microsoft Office. You need to download it and you need to use it. Writing it in Pages and converting it to Word, oftentimes students forget, and that just counts as a 0. Participation, conduct, a big thing here is that this has been added to all of my syllabi, this statement right here. Submitting AI as your own work is plagiarism. AI writes in a very distinct style, not like students, and a lot of times it's inaccurate. And if you don't know the material, you don't know when it's inaccurate. But if you submit something that's written by AI, it will be considered plagiarism, and I'll follow the policies in this syllabus. Communication, what's important with emails, this is also in your syllabus. Do not send a message in Blackboard and just send it as a message. If you want to send a message in Blackboard, also make sure it comes to me as an email. I do not see your messages in Blackboard immediately. They pop up once a day. Sometimes they don't pop up every day. So if you email me, I see it instantly. If you message me, I may not see it for a couple days. So please, and I don't respond as quickly to messages in Blackboard. And there's a lot of issues with messages in Blackboard that I'm not going to get into. But if you want to email me, or send a message and make sure it's also emailed to me. Talks about policies, all kind of things. Student services are here. All of the links work as of today. Whether they work a week from now, well, you just have to let me know if something's not working. Then here are your course assignments. And it tells you here's the online assignments. You have 12. 2 will be discarded, so that's 100 points. You have tests that equal 150 points. You have quizzes that are designed to help you study, 0 points. And your disease project will be presented in Blackboard Collaborate or in a discussion board. 50 points from me, 10 points from your peers. And there'll be discussion boards throughout the class, and they're equal to a total of 40 points. Hopefully this is helpful, so it helps you understand. Then it gives you the scoring, how you get an A, B, C, D, F. Hopefully nobody's getting D's or F's. Assignment descriptions are here. It's extremely important that you review what is expected in your project. This is not a typical project. There are no written projects. I don't accept written assignments for this project. And you have to have these sections. If you do not have the section, if you don't have these sections, then you cannot do well on the paper, on the project. It's not a paper. So sometimes people just copy information from old reports for sections 1, 2, and 3. But then sections 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, that's where most of your points are. And if I'm sorry, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And if you don't do these things, you will fail the project. And the project is a big part of your grade. So make sure you read over that. This gives you the type of information. Like I just said, I do not accept written projects. It has to be something else. There are some examples here. If you have other ideas, I'm open to listening to those. Just a note about the course thing. And at the end, these are the units, what the topics are, and when things are due. Again, if you have questions, please make sure you ask. Again, you can email me. That's the best way to get me. I do not respond to emails on the weekend. So if you need something before a Monday, you would text me and say, please check your emails. But I'm more than happy to help you any way I can as we move through the course. I hope you enjoy the course. And again, make sure you ask if you have questions.